Hello everybody, you're welcome. My name is Engineer Matthew Morege, and today I will be taking you through the stages in building construction. The stages in building construction. For every building you are building or you tend to build or you are designing, there are stages from the finishing, from the starting to the finishing. There are stages from the starting to the finishing. Now, the first thing when you tend to build is to acquire a land. The first thing is acquisition of the land after carrying out the necessary and documentation of the land. And just as in our last video, I talked about the 4 important documents that you should have. And I said the first document that you should have is called payment and receipts. Then the second one, I talked about the deed of assignment. While the third document that you should have is called the survey plan. The fourth document that you should have, which is very important, is called certificate of occupants, which normally we call C of O. Now, today, what are the stages from start to finish when you want to build a house? Now, on a quick one, the first thing is acquisition of the land. The second one is the designing of the plan, or designing of the house. What type of house you want to build? Is it a 2-bedroom flat, 3-bedroom flat? Is it a bungalow? Is it a duplex? No, it all depends on your taste. What do you want to do? And the third thing you should do after that is called budgeting and financing. Budgeting and financing. This is usually carried out by the quantity surveyor. They carry out the cost estimate and everything. While the fourth one you should be thinking after that is called the structural design. Now, for every building you tend to build, if it's a story building, once involve steel and iron rod, the structural design, the civil engineer will have to design every aspect of it. There's what we call the dead load, there's what we call the life load. We are not going to go into that much. We're just going to talk about the stages in construction. The fifth stage is called site preparation. Now, after the necessary string, you move to site, the preparation. Where is the house going to be facing? Where are they going to be tipping materials? Where are they going to be tipping sharp sand? Where are they going to be tipping laterite? Where are they going to put iron rod? Laterite, filling materials, cement. These are site preparation, the setting out, the laying out of the building. Then there are times you have to have something like a mini fence, or you have what we call a store where we keep materials that has not been that maybe they have not finished using in the site. Then the fifth stage is called from foundation to DPC. From foundation, where the excavation from the foundation to the DPC. DPC means dam proof course. Dam proof course. People, we just abbreviate it to DPC. Why the popular name that people know DPC for is called Jama floor. Jama floor. Now, why they call it German floor is that it's expected to be very strong. Now, that is the floor that you do before all that things will come up. If you're going to put tiles or not. The next stage, this is when the openings in the house. This is when you begin to set it out. There's going to be window, how many type of window you're going to have in the sitting room, in the bedroom, in the in the restroom. This is where the necessary setting out of it is being done, and this one will be carried out from the design. Now, the next stage is called the roofing stage. The roofing stage. Now, this roofing stage depends on how you want it. Is it the zinc? Is it aluminum? Is it there's one we call them the corrugated roofing. So those are different type of roofing. Then the next one you talk about is the installation of windows. Installation of windows. That is the next stage. Now, in this stage, that is when you put windows, you put doors. You understand? Every openings that has been created during the elevation process. This is when you begin to fix them in. While the next one, after putting the doors, the windows, is called the finishing. That is when you begin to plaster it. You carry out the plastering process of it. You begin to plaster it. Then the next one is the exterior finishing. The exterior finishing, begin to plaster the outer part of the building. After that, you're going to carry out when the cleaning of the environment, and this is when you are almost getting to the finishing stages, the painting and every other debris in the house. You begin to remove them. And finally, and at this stage, we say congratulations. Finally, this is when you move in. This is when you move into the house. So these are the stages in building a house. Every house has different and design. But no matter what design the architect has given you, the structural design, everything, all of them must pass through these stages. You cannot jump any. You can't jump. And so from the foundation, I just want to jump to the roof. You have to pass through these stages that I've listed. If you have enjoyed this video so far, why don't you give us a like? Why don't you share this video? Why don't you comment? We appreciate it so much. Until I come your way.